What's up, guys? Bryan Lebo here with your February 2021 update video. Well, we certainly have a lot to unpack here today. So to say that our market's on fire right now would be basically a gross misunderstatement. So let's just go ahead and dig right into the analytics first, and then we'll go back and try to make some sense out of all this madness. Okay, first up, let's discuss last month's sales. Last month, we sold 2,463 homes. This was a huge 17% increase over last January sales. This was down almost 20% from December's numbers, but that's like pretty typical for January. Not to mention, there's nothing out there to buy, but we'll get to that later. All right, next, let's check out median home pricing. As you can see on the screen right now, we ended last month with a median price of $343,900. This was a $900 increase from December, but we're still technically below the high of $345,000 that we set back in November last year. But check this out. Even at our current price of about $344,000, this puts us up 14.6% from where we were last January. So come on, either way, 15% in 1 year is huge. Okay, now let's talk about the elephant in the room, current inventory levels. On the screen now, you can see that we're still hemorrhaging homes. We ended last month with only 2,723 homes on the market. Now, this translates to a 19% reduction in inventory in literally just 1 month. We're losing about 200 homes per week on average. Now, at the time of shooting the video right now, we just lost another 237 homes this first week in February. Now, I told you last month that at the rate that we were going, we'd have the lowest inventory in 15 years this month. And that's exactly what happened. To add some perspective, a normal or balanced market consists of a 6-month supply of inventory. Personally, I don't really agree with that. I think that number should be a little bit more like 4 months. But check this out. Like we just covered, last month we sold almost 2,500 homes. That was in January, which is the worst month of the entire year for sales. Well, simple math here tells us that if we sell 2,500 homes and we only have 2,500 homes to sell, we only have a 1-month supply of inventory. Now, based on current trends, I'm guessing we're going to sell between 2,700 to 3,000 homes this next month. So realistically, we've got a little over 3 weeks supply of homes to sell. Now, as you can imagine, this is highly problematic moving forward. All right, now speaking of problems, let's check out our newest metric, which is housing absorption. This tells us how different price segments are performing. First up are homes priced under $250,000. As you can see, this increased 2% up to 62% absorption. All right, next we have $250,000 to $500,000. This increase was dramatic. We jumped almost 10% last month to 68% absorption. Now, keep in mind, this price segment represents about 2/3 of our entire market. Next, we have $500,000 to $750,000. This jumped up 9% as well to 56%. All right, now let's take a trip to Crazy Town. $750,000 to $1 million. This went through the roof, up to 48%. That was an 11% increase in only 1 month. Let's get more crazy. $1 million to $1.5 million. Again, an 11% increase to 44%. I mean, come on. Almost half the $1 million home segment is under contract. That's just insane. Finally, we have the ultra luxury market of over $1.5 million. This jumped 9% to 33%. I mean, look, this absorption is unprecedented. Not to mention this occurred during the worst sales month of the entire year. So what can we take away from all this? Well, if you haven't watched my 2021 housing outlook video from last month, I would highly encourage you to watch it now. I'll throw a link in the description below and maybe throw it up here. But just like I've been preaching for a while now, I just don't see how we're going to create inventory. With the delta between new homes and resale homes being so large right now, it's just not affordable for most people to sell their home and then just go buy a brand new home. This has been the trend in Las Vegas for my entire life until this past decade. It just makes so much more sense for people to refinance and remodel their home, especially with so many master plan communities in town that have actually maintained their quality of neighborhoods. Now, either way you cut it, this year is going to be an absolute bloodbath. So if you're even thinking of buying this year, I would highly advise buying immediately. Things are only going to get much worse from here. Sales really start picking up in February and then reflect in the March closings. So typically, April through July represents our peak season. This year, I don't even know if we're going to have any homes to sell to people at this rate. My guess is that new home sales are going to have an obscenely massive year. Ultimately, buyers are going to have little choice at a certain point. With prices so high for new homes already, I can't even imagine what these home builders are going to start charging. I mean, right now you've got low-end home builders like KB Home charging $60,000 to over $100,000 just for a basic lot premium. So this summer is just going to be absurd, like I said. Well, that's it for this month. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to smash that subscribe button and please share these videos with your friends and family. Anyhow, have a great February and I'll see you all this spring.